Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. So I just want to quickly just show you this map before we get in for the actual video that I want to do. It's the Jurassic Park diorama. I finally finished it now and I really want to bring it to the channel and show you, even though it's not horror, but it is really good. I'm surprised myself basically how good it looks. But I just want to start off just showing this map. This map was a gift off my father-in-law. I was not expecting it at all. It's a doormat. I'm not using it as a doormat though, because I'm not wiping my feet on it. I want to keep it looking basically like this, brand new, shiny and clean. So I've just stuck it in the front of my glass cabinet for now, but it looks really good. Hope you won't look in too carefully then, because at the top of the corner there you can see that the diorama there. But I'm going to bring that in now. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe for me please, hit the thumbs up, and let's get into it. So here it is. I'm going to have to stand up for this one because you can see my cat Sushi has decided to pinch my seat. So I don't think I'm going to get to sit down. She does like to sit on my chair in the bar. She's a big fan of horror. So you can see it's all done now. I just want to say straight away, because on this camera, looking at this looks really bright on camera, but it's not as bright as that at all. It's a lot darker than that, so it looks really bright on camera, but it's not in person, because it's coming out looking bright orange, which is definitely not bright orange. But you can see it came out looking really good. Took me probably about 3 weeks to do this, because I don't like to rush them when I'm making them. It's all done with the foam stuff. Apart from, you've got real metal wiring here for the metal fencing, and you've got a bit of wood here, and that's just for like the track for the car to go on. And you can see I did like a dinosaur footprint as well. That was actually pretty easy to do, to be fair. I thought it was going to be tricky to do, but all I did was just download some pictures of dinosaur footprints basically. Downloaded the image that I want, sized it to the size that I want, and then I cut it out, put it on some cardboard, and then cut it out again, and then just basically drew around it and the cardboard onto the foam, and then just pushed the foam down and just made the shape like the actual dinosaur footprint. And then I just added some of that wall filling stuff, what you're supposed to use for walls, to cover up like little holes in your walls. Like if you say you put a picture up on your wall, it's a nail, you want to move it, and then you need to put some of that stuff on it to cover it over, and then just paint it over. Basically that's what it is. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's what I've used some of this on here as well, just to add some texture to it, so it's like bumpy, so it's not smooth surface. Originally when I first thought about doing this, because I've been wanting to do this diorama for a long time. I've seen loads of people do this diorama, and I downloaded images on my phone and I never got around to doing it. I had them probably for about 2, maybe nearly 3 years on my phone, and I said I was going to do this diorama, and I started doing dioramas, but I never did. And I recently watched the film again, because I remember watching this film as a kid and I really loved it. I I don't even know how old I was. I might have been about 12 or something, but I thought it was amazing, because you sort of learn about dinosaurs and stuff like that, but then seeing it on the big screen, like an actual movie, and seeing these dinosaurs and look so good and so actual scary as well. The T-Rex, that raw, was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I recently watched it again. I watched it in my bar, because I've got the pull down screen and everything, so I watched it in here. And I just, after watching, I thought, right, I'm making the diorama. I've got to make it now. It still stands up for today, that movie, because I don't think it was. There might have been some special effects, but I don't think there was a lot. I think mainly the dinosaurs was made. There was like machines what they made and everything. I don't know what term you'd use, but yeah, there was basically made, so it makes the film look more realistic, basically, with the dinosaurs and everything. So it made it look even better. So yeah, so basically that's what made me start wanting to definitely make this diorama, and I'm so glad that I did, because originally I was only going to be doing the doors and obviously the brickwork and everything, the logo of Jurassic Park and the actual ground, and then that's it. That's all I was going to do originally, so it was just going to be like not as big as it is right now. And then what I tend to do, this is one of the main reasons why I sort of take my time making my dioramas, because usually I'll end up thinking of stuff what I want to add to it, and then I decided to start adding to it. So I decided that I was going to add the curb and add the electric fence, because obviously it's one of the scenes that you always remember from Jurassic Park is the electric fence and the actual main doors going through to Jurassic Park. So I added that in, and then I was going to leave that plain, but then I decided I might as well put another curb in, and then started adding all the green plants and everything to it. These are all plastic artificial plants, and you've got your little sign you can see there, 10,000 volts, and that was just downloaded the image again and shrunk it down, then printed it, and then just basically stuck it on some cardboard and then stuck it on. So really simple, and it just looks really good. It just makes the piece basically. I added like the little traffic lights for when the electric fence was going to come on, and the flames came out. The flames turned out pretty good. They didn't turn out perfect. It was the first time trying to do the flame effect. I had to watch a few YouTube videos on this one actually, to be fair, to get the idea how to do it, because I knew it was done with hot glue, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So basically I watched some videos, and then I basically took their ideas and then sort of made it easier for the way I could do it basically. So to describe it, it's hard to describe it. I should have filmed it and then added it into this video, but I haven't. So what I did was I took like a piece of I think I might have used my cutting board, my plastic cutting board what I have, and then I added a dollop of hot glue, waited for it to dry, so it was like a nice round circle, and then I added a bit more, and then when it was hot, I got like a little toothpick or whatever it was, like a little thin piece of wood, like a toothpick. Like the ones I use, like what you use for barbecue when you put your meat on and stuff. But I used like the sharp end and put it inside the actual glue when it was still hot, and then just pulled it up basically, and then just sort of just wrapped it round and let it dry, and then eventually you would get that sort of look. Some of them turned out really good. That one turned out really good, and some of them turned out like that, not so good. And that one turned out really good. So some of them turned out good, some of them didn't. And then when I came to painting them, all I did was just paint them yellow. I think it gives them 2 coats of yellow, and then I just added a bit of red, and I might use the slightly bit of brown, but it was just dry brushing the red and the brown, and then it just gives it that flame look basically, and it turned out really good. And the paint on the doors, it was like a lighter paint of brown what I started with, and then actually scratch all that. When I usually make these dioramas, everything usually gets painted white. That it's easier for me to do it when I start off with a white coat, so everything's painted white. I usually add all the detail first though, so I add all the detail so it's like actual rock, and then I paint it white, and then I go in with the other colours basically. So say the doors, I went in with a lighter brown, and then a black wash, and then another black wash, and then another black wash. So I added 3 black washes to these doors, and then a darker brown. So like on the camera at the moment, it's coming up brighter than it is, but it's not as bright as it is in person. It's darker than it is, but you can still can't even talk anymore now. You can still see all like the detail, like the wood and everything, which I added before I started painting it, and that's easy to do. If you want to leave a comment on this video, if you want any ideas how to build these sort of doors and add the texture and everything, the detail, or in the brickwork or anything like that, you can leave a comment on the video. I can do a video on that if you want. As I say, because I do like making these dioramas. I do make quite a lot of them, to be fair. Some of them I sell, some of them I don't. It's always difficult to sell dioramas because I don't like to ship them out. It's easier if somebody just comes and picks it up, basically. So I know it's going to get to them not damaged, because I don't want to be shipping it out and it gets damaged, because it's all just been put together with hot glue, basically. And hot glue does not last forever in dioramas. They will come undone after probably a couple of years, so you might have to go in there and just re-glue it again. It's not like it's all going to fall apart or something. Say like the door might come loose, it's easily fixed. Take the old glue off, put some more hot glue on, it's done. So using hot glue is not something what's going to make it stick forever. I've never used permanent glue. I don't think it would work on this sort of foam. I think it'll just dissolve it. So yeah, I don't think there's much else to go over on this one. You can see the sides. There's not much going on the sides. You can see all the hot glue, where it's literally all melted to keep all the plants in, and the back as well. I'll just show you how it looks with the car on as well. So luckily, when I started making this, I didn't buy the car, and luckily I think it scales well. I think it works with the car and the size of the diorama and everything. Luckily, I think it does work. And you just step right back, you can see that the gates and everything are pretty tall. The fencing's pretty tall. Could have even been a bit slightly taller, because I do really want to get a dinosaur now, just to put at the side here. So I might get one, but I'm just worried if they get the dinosaur that I want to get one looking at anyway. It's the T-Rex one. I don't think it's expensive. It's probably about 20 quid because it's only a plastic one, but I could add a bit of paint and detail to it if I could, make it stand out a bit more. But I think it might be a bit too big. It might, so I don't know. It might work. I'm not too sure. It's difficult to display it though, because it is such a big piece. And if I do get a dinosaur at the side of it, it's going to be even harder to display, basically. But yeah, I think it turned out really, really good. You can take some really, really good pictures of this. I took some good pictures of this and I put them on my Instagram. And I think it just looks really, really good. Yeah, I like how this one's turned out. So you can have it whatever way you want, basically. The car, I can have it that way or have it this way. Looks good both ways. I mean, if we have it this way, I'll camera down a bit. And if you have it that way, I could have the door open a bit so you can see. It is Jurassic Park car. You can see how good that looks. So you can take some really, really good pictures of this. And I mean, I took some pictures, but I didn't take many because literally I just finished it and I was going away for the weekend. So that's why I couldn't actually take more pictures and do a full video then. So that's why it's going to be like, this video is going up on the day that I usually upload, but obviously it's a bit late and it's a bit of a rush job to do. But we're going to put it on the shelf now, and I'll show you where I'm going to have it on display so you can see how big it is on the shelf. So you can see how it looks on the shelf. So it takes up quite a big space on the shelf. I've just put that DVD just next to it there because it does look good, but I'll probably end up taking that back in the house. It takes up a lot of space, especially with this diorama up there. I've just put them Gremlin in there for now because he keeps falling over and I didn't know where to put him. Basically, I was sort of running out of space on the shelves because I've put Edward Scissorhands on there. So I'm sort of running out of space. And found these glasses. And obviously it's off like the film in it, Terrifier 2. I need to paint them though because they're not white, they're orange. But I just need to paint them. So yeah, I'm sort of running out of space. But I think it does look good down here. I mean, if I do get a dinosaur, I'm going to have to move it further across the shelf and then have the dinosaur there. But it does work for this shelf because, as I say, it's not really a horror shelf, the bottom one, because I've got my Ghostbusters dioramas down there, which I still need to sell one of them. At least one of them anyway. I've got like an old one where it's like boarded up and then what's like a fresh one. I need to sell them at some point. But again, I can only really sell to people who live in the UK. And then it needs to be really pick up only because it's just difficult to ship out without it getting damaged. But you can see how it looks on the shelf. It looks really, really good. I've just got the light above it as well at the moment. So if I turn the main light off, it might be too dark. I don't know if you can see it. You can see how it looks there with the light above it. Looks really, really good, I think. Yeah, liking that. You can see how that one's lit up as well. Turn the big light back on. So that's about it really. So hopefully you like this video. I will be putting some pictures up at the end of the video of putting some of this together. It's not as many pictures as I wanted because again, like I always do with these dioramas, I get carried away and I forget to take pictures. So, but as I said, just if you need any tips or any ideas, or you want me to do a video on some Pacific, on some sort of Pacific thing on a diorama, you can leave a comment on the video and I will get back to you, and I will make a video as well. If you want a video on a certain thing you want doing or something, I can do that. It's not a problem. Again, yeah, so hit the like if you could. Probably be doing a rant on another video soon because I'm a bit annoyed because there's a few things that I want to get and everything seems to be sorted out. A bit frustrating. So if you can help me out, that would be great. If you can leave some comments and let me know what companies in the UK where I can look for NECA figures or Trick or Treat Studios stuff, anything like that basically, because I usually order from Mad About Her, but everything on there what I want at the moment is sold out. There's Ned's Toys, which I don't know what's going on with that one. I don't know if the shop's I don't know if the shop's closed or something because I can't order anything from it. It's just saying it's not accepting online payments at the moment. So, and they're the main tool that I use because I don't really know any others. So if you can leave a comment down below and you can help me out with that one. Obviously up for ones from the UK. I don't want to be ordering from America because it'll probably be a lot more expensive. Obviously shipping fees and that. So anyway, we're going to end the video now. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.